All right, so I am joined right now by Anthony Cangialosi. Starting out strong by botching your name.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah,
I hear ya.
Anthony Cangialosi, who's from the Microsoft DevBox team. How you doing?
I'm good, but if you're going to talk about my name, then you're going to, Anthony Cangialosi.
Not Cangialosi.
Do a little bit.
My loud
Yeah.
Awesome. Sweet. So you're my former manager, so we're not complete strangers. It's cool. So we're going to be talking about Microsoft DevBox, which is really cool. I myself use one a lot all the time, especially for demos. So just so we're all on the same page, can you tell us what Microsoft DevBox is?
Yeah, so Microsoft DevBox are cloud developer workstations. They're ready to code, so you can actually configure the dev boxes to have all your tools, all your software, even your source code can be deployed on them. So the devs on your team pretty much just get to click a button, say, create me a dev box, and they have everything they need ready to go. It's kind of like getting into the seat of a car and just being able to step on the gas and go.
I love it. You don't even need to put on the seatbelt. You just
No safety belts here. Like, we got to go fast.
Awesome. I love it. So what can you currently do in a DevBox?
Oh, you can do so much. I mean, like, it's your workstation in the cloud. You've got everything from, kind of entry-level machines all the way up to high-end 32-core dev boxes. You can do, front-end development, back-end development, data engineering work. You've got all the compute you need to build pretty much any kind of application from the cloud. And then the other big part about dev boxes is it's not just a virtual machine. I mean, it is a VM under the covers, but we wanted to make it something really unique for the developer. And so when we really looked at that, it was about giving developers the tools they needed and making it really a self-serve tool. So when you rock up to DevBox, you have a developer portal, you have an experience where you can go and create your DevBox from any number of different projects and even different kinds of configurations of DevBoxes.
Great. So, I mean, we can talk a good game and say that DevBox is the greatest, but it means nothing if us at Microsoft aren't actually using it. So how is Microsoft using DevBox today?
They use it a little bit. I'm actually super excited. I'm really proud that we have over 25,000 developers in Microsoft alone using DevBox. And that's 25,000 using it. 2/3 of them use it as their daily driver. I'm going to make a lot of car analogies here. Like, daily driver, this is what they drive in and out of work on, is inside of a dev box where they're getting all their work done. And not to mention, actually, we were able to increase satisfaction for our internal devs for their environment setup experience, because they don't have all that toil of configuring their environment. Work that would take days to set up.
Like
now,
that first week of work.
That first week of work is done. Like, you're lost. Like, okay, who's that person that knows what the updates are to that out-of-date wiki? Right. No, they've got it already pre-built. You really just sit down inside of Visual Studio Code, you hit build, and you're surprised, like, wow, that just worked.
That's great. So, yeah, I mean, you basically said it, just allowing teams to all get on the same page very quickly, regardless of how you come into it. Everyone's got the same environment without having to do all the crazy legwork or getting someone to help you for half a day to set up.
Yeah, I mean, the team is a big part of it. You don't have developer productivity without the team also being able to use it agilely. And so, I talk about ready-to-code developer workstations, but you have to be able to do that for every team. It's not just one generic image that gets pushed out to everybody. So each team in Microsoft actually builds their own custom environments. The Office team, you had Rajesh Jha on here earlier, right? Like, they have thousands of developers using DevBox with their own custom images, building their core environment, building their web applications, building the native versions of Office, all from inside of a DevBox. And then you take our team, the developer division. Visual Studio has their own projects with a totally different configuration inside those environments. They've got Visual Studio deployed. They've got like 3 versions of Visual Studio because they're working on the latest versions, the latest builds. If you create a dev box inside a dev div today, you actually get 100 gigabytes of source code and binaries and SDKs all pre-deployed into the environment for you, custom and ready to go. I mean, like, think about the time it takes to just clone that repository.
Oh my gosh, yeah, what a nightmare. Yeah. And I think for me, what I like about it is, like, it's a nice sandbox to experiment. Like, I use mine a lot for Visual Studio Code, and any like Azure things I want to play around with. And it feels like a safe space to be able to try that stuff out without it like impacting my base machine sometimes, right? Do you feel the same way?
Totally,
yeah.
Totally. I mean, like, it's ephemeral. So you can create 1 dev box, you can create 3 dev boxes, you can create a second one for an experiment, a proof of concept, a demo, like you said, right? You know Scott Hanselman?
Yep.
Yeah, so he was telling me a story about what sold him on DevBox was he was doing a demo to a customer, and as he was doing the demo from his workstation, he was on a DevBox, and his machine blue screened.
Oh.
He turned his chair, moved to a second device that he had that was already logged onto his workstation, logged back into his dev box, kept going, didn't lose a beat on his demo. Everything was there. He was able to pick up where he left off. And the anywhere access about it wasn't just from his machines. He's been, you can walk out of a movie theater and have a dev box on the remote access in your iPhone, on your iPad, wherever you are, you have access to your developer workstations.
That's great. I forgot all about, you can do it on your iPhone and your mobile devices. That is really exciting. So you can just take your development environment anywhere, for real.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we're encouraging the wrong kind of work-life balance,
Right,
but,
yeah,
the fact that it's anywhere is at least peace of mind to know if you need it, it's there.
It's like you have the option. We wouldn't advise it if it's going to mean you're going to be doing stuff 24/7, but it's
For
nice
sure.
to have. Yep. So it sounds like DevBox can do a lot. So how customizable is it? Like, what's the scope?
Oh, pretty much everything you can customize on it. So we've got base images that have Visual Studio on them. We have generic base images. We even have images from Docker who have built custom images that integrate Docker Desktop into those images. And then from there, you can layer on all the customizations you can think of using something called DSC, or desired state configuration. Pretty much anything you can run from PowerShell, you can run to configure a dev box. And one of the things we're announcing here at Build is the private preview for a built-in imaging service where you can actually build your own custom images with just some config as code to define what you want on there. And the service will take care of discovering them and actually preparing them and make them available for DevBox.
Cool, so you can get really fine-grained with it if you want to.
Anything you can imagine, anything to your heart's desire, you can put it on a dev box. But I don't want to scare away all the IT guys that, the devs can pretty much, run wild. There's also the controls that you need in place. So, for example, there are some companies that don't give their devs admin access. They have standard user, and so you can apply that to a dev box, and then you can only configure what you can do as an individual developer. The other thing that we found has been really exciting for companies using DevBox is every DevBox is also enrolled into Intune. So you get all the device management that you use today with your physical devices, you get them on a DevBox as well.
Again, without having to go through all the steps required to Intune the machine.
Yeah, it's a great product. It does some phenomenal things, but the service takes care, enrolls it for you. You know your device is already enrolled. The other thing then is now you also have all your identity as well. So you log on to the DevBox service with your corporate identity. You get into your workstation, you're already logged in. Even VS is already logged in because it's detecting the identity on the machine. You get a really smooth experience end-to-end.
Yeah, perfect. So you mentioned announcements at Build, and I hear you might have a breakout session coming up, right?
We do, yes.
Cool. Can you tell us a little bit about what people should expect there and why they should totally come to your session?
Oh, they should
This is your pitch.
Oh, wait. Well, you're going to come to the session. Hopefully that I don't flub my opening lines, but you can come to see that. But if nothing else, it's Breakout 184. It's build any application from the cloud with Microsoft DevBox and Visual Studio. We're going to cover three things, and we've kind of summarized it here, but we'll go into demos and go much deeper. We'll cover basically where we're going with the platform for teams using DevBox, how you as a team can leverage it to customize the environment, how DevBox is really personal and powerful, how you can use DevHome integrated to customize it for yourself individually, and then how DevBox is built for enterprises to be able to control and set the guardrails they need so they can delegate more to teams to be able to own their DevBoxes.
Awesome. Cool. So that's really cool. And you already talked about basically what's new, and I'm sure you want to keep some of that for the demo when you're demoing that.
There is so much more in the demo.
Yeah.
You've got to see it. I mean, it is 40 minutes long.
Ooh, good tease.
Lot of
Check it out,
goodness.
y'all. Yep. So if people want to learn even more or get started with DevBox, where should they go?
Wait, why haven't they started yet?
I know, right? Yeah.
What's up with that? Well, if they do want to get started, there's an AKA link.
Yes,
AKA.
it's actually down below if you're watching
down-
the screen. Yeah.
down here? Right
Yep,
there?
I'm pointing probably
Okay.
not to the right thing, but that's okay. You can go to aka.ms/devbox/blog/msbuild/2024.
Can we make that way simpler? aka.ms/devbox.
I like that. Go there and get started. So thank you, Anthony.
Thanks a lot, Leslie.